Now, as the United States struggles to define its strategy against the group that calls itself Islamic State, one of its key officials has stepped down. U.S. Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel has only been in office for 2 years, and despite some kind words from President Obama, sources suggest Hagel was forced out because of perceived failures and a clash of opinions. Hagel's departure is of interest here in Korea as well, as his replacement could have different ideas about Washington's defense strategy here in Asia. Our Choi You-sun reports.
It's been the greatest privilege of my life, to lead, and most important, to serve with the men and women of the Defense Department and support their families.
The U.S. Defense Secretary's resignation on Monday is the Obama administration's first cabinet shakeup after the Democratic Party suffered crushing losses in midterm elections a few weeks ago. Praising Hagel's ability to balance defense reforms at home and addressing external security challenges, President Obama, however, did not mention the specifics that led to his departure.
Now, last month, Chuck came to me to discuss the final quarter of my presidency and determined that having guided the department through this transition, it was an appropriate time for him to complete his service.
When the former Republican senator and Vietnam War veteran was appointed to head the Pentagon nearly 2 years ago, he was tasked with bringing home troops from Afghanistan and Iraq and slashing the defense budget. Since then, Washington's military policies have shifted in response to growing security threats from Islamic State militants in Iraq and Syria. Reports had emerged of a rift between Hagel and the administration on the U.S. strategy against the extremist group. Analysts suggest Hagel may have been the fall guy as the Republicans, now in control of both congressional houses, are expected to scrutinize the administration's foreign policies. Hagel will stay in his role until his successor is named and confirmed by the Senate. Some possible candidates include Michelle Flournoy, a former Undersecretary of Defense, and former Deputy Secretary of Defense Ashton Carter. Choi You-sun, Arirang News.